The first thing you need to know about this truck is that most people are completely wrong about everything they think they know about Ford's decision to go aluminum. So, you have all probably heard the hype about this truck. I'll try to skip most of the hyperbole and just give 3 essential facts to refresh you on Ford's brand new pickup truck. The F-150 is historically the best-selling vehicle in America. The new F-150 has an all-aluminum body on a steel frame. Facts 1 and 2 make this truck a pivotal product in the American automotive industry. Now, going back to the first thing you need to know about the new F-150. The decision to make the body entirely out of aluminum was not a fuel economy decision, first and foremost. You got that? It was not a fuel economy decision, first and foremost. This is the assumption that most people made when they found out that the F-150 was going to be 700 pounds lighter because of an all-aluminum body. So why did Ford choose to go aluminum then? Here's a direct quote from the chief engineer of this F-Series. He told me personally, "We decided to make the F-150 with aluminum because it made a better truck. The F-150 is aluminum because it makes the truck better at everything a modern truck should be, not just fuel economy." Ostensibly, the point of a pickup truck is the ability to haul stuff. The F-150's reduced weight lets the truck tow more weight and carry more weight in the back. Aluminum is also more rigid than steel. It will never rust. It is actually stronger than steel in the form that Ford uses on its exterior. That's why real bear cages are built with aluminum, contrary to what Chevy's ad agency wants you to believe. The irony is that Chevy's trucks will probably also be all aluminum in the near future. The new aluminum body makes the truck safer as well. The saved weight does help with fuel economy too, although it's not nearly as important as how you drive this thing. Yes, you can get over 20 miles per gallon with a top-of-the-line 3.5 EcoBoost, but that's only if your foot weighs less than a thumbtack designed by Colin Chapman. I do not recommend this though, because the 3.5 EcoBoost is a monster when you unleash the turbos. It's smooth both on and off-road. I drove this vehicle on dirt roads, in the woods, to terrible Michigan roads, to actually pretty nice roads, and it felt solid and smooth all the way through. The interior is also very quiet when you don't have the stereo on. Someone honked at me when I was going through an intersection, and I barely even heard it. This thing jumps off the line faster than your brain thinks trucks are allowed to. I had an opportunity to drive an F-150 on Ford's test track, and it was the fastest vehicle there aside from the Mustang GT on the ride and handling course. Full disclosure, none of the ST line vehicles were at the event. The weight loss is felt the most in pedal-to-the-metal moments and even in cornering. It's weird to talk about cornering with the truck, but it does stand out to me. Normal truck amounts of body roll and understeer are absent. Turn the very light steering wheel and the response is sharp and predictable, albeit a bit numb. I want to be clear though, you will not mistake this truck for a car, and you certainly won't be itching to take it to the next autocross event. But the good dynamics in the Lariat trim bodes well for the inevitable Raptor version, which I'm super excited about. Aluminum does have its drawbacks, of course. Chief amongst them is the repair issues. America doesn't have the infrastructure or the resources to make aluminum repair as cheap as steel repair, yet. Ford is working very hard on making it more affordable and easier to get your aluminum-bodied F-150 repaired though, but in order for it to be a match for how easy it is to repair a steel body, it'll take a few years. More body shops and dealers need to be outfitted, more people need to be trained, and more automakers need to be building with aluminum. And all these things will happen, just keep an eye out for Chevy and Ram, like I said earlier, because I guarantee at least one of them goes aluminum by 2020. The infrastructure issue serves to underline the gravity of Ford's big decision and the titanic amounts of logistics and capital that Ford is taking on. When the idea for an all-aluminum body truck was first being considered at Ford, there wasn't enough aluminum in the entire world to support the necessary production to fulfill demand. Ford had to convince suppliers, during an economic downturn, mind you, to build massive new aluminum production facilities just to make the new F-Series project feasible. That makes it even more noteworthy that the reason Ford is producing fewer trucks than it wants has nothing to do with aluminum. It has to do with steel. Right now, Ford steel frame suppliers can't supply frames fast enough to meet demand. And speaking of demand, despite the fact that the total numbers are down for 2015 F-Series sales, the F-Series is still the fastest selling truck in America, averaging less time spent on dealer lots than any of its competitors. And I can see why. It's functional. It features excellent technology. Ford's Sync 3 will even bring its infotainment system up to about industry average, as opposed to terrible, which is what the previous Sync system was like. The interior is like a palace. You have glass everywhere, and I can't think of a single vehicle that has better second row legroom outside of maybe a Maybach. Visibility is excellent, and it's made even better with all the 360 camera features. It does everything a great truck should do and more. To my eyes, it even looks better than its competitors. The all-new aluminum F-150 isn't just an interesting experiment to sell to Ford loyalists and appease the EPA. It's the future.